Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about.
What's up, everybody? Our first official Originators first podcast, man. It's the first one we're doing, man. We did a couple little pilots and stuff to get it ready, but yeah, man, it's the first one.
I'm your boy AT. We out here in Newark, Ohio.
Your boy D Smith, man. We
no doubt.
I guess the main question is why did we start this, or why did we even want to do it? And I guess more so it goes back to back in the 90s. We was already doing this, you know what I mean, type
early 90s, baby.
You know what I mean? We just with the cassette tape and the push and record and you know what I mean? Like
we'll start mixtapes.
Yeah, just talking crazy and I mean being teenagers, but as time went on, you know, podcasts became a thing. So I mean, why not? And we gotta call it the Originators. You know, it's just we are. You know what I mean? Like I mean, not to toot our own horn or nothing, but it's what it is.
We used to have these fantasies of being on the radio.
You know what I mean?
When we were still teenagers and we didn't have that, you know, pull and that clientele to get on the radio. So
yeah, man.
We used to pretend that we were on the radio.
And so kind of we're doing this, so instead of pretend, now we're doing it for real.
Now we're doing it for real.
Getting some.
Thus, hashtag Originator. We feel like we was kind of on to something back then.
Yeah.
Because we were just two kids in the basement.
Just
at my aunt's house and just recording around and messing around on the radio.
So from time to time, we might have a special guest, host, but for the most part, it's gonna be me and cuz I heard this doing this, man. Me and AT doing this, man.
It'd be nice if we can get some real, some people can chime in, like on comments or something like that. You know,
I mean, like I said, this is the first one, so we're gonna get to it. We're gonna eventually have it somewhere we can. I mean, put it on YouTube and maybe we can go live and have certain questions.
If you ask a question, we can give you an answer.
We just trying to give you all a little start. But today's topic, though, definitely we're gonna talk about hip hop. I mean, hip hop is 50 years old, and I'm not gonna lie, man. From the inception of it, I didn't think it was gonna be this long, man.
I mean, even some of us can remember when hip hop was looked at as like a fad, just like it was going to die out maybe in another 5 more years.
Yeah, now it's 50 years.
50 years, and we still fucking around.
Hip hop is doing it,
you know.
Hip hop it sells the world, man. You know what I mean? It sells the world.
From humble beginnings to Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs. Think about how many entrepreneurs came out of hip hop.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's like
you think about it. It's like the ultimate Cinderella story. It was this underdog story.
Yeah.
And people came up here, you know.
Yeah. And it's crazy. You look at the whole culture of it. It when I say it sells everything, I'm talking about from food to clothing, you know what I mean? Even it's a thing, like the way you dress now, it's just like, it's all that, it's everything, man.
It's a sell.
It's everything.
It's something that can guarantee, it can make money. People have made billions of dollars off of it.
Yeah, man, so it's like, it's.
And what I love about it is how it's all around the world. You know, you go over to Japan, you see hip hoppers in Japan.
Yeah, man.
In England and in Asia and all around the world, Australia.
They got b-boys,
right,
and b-girls, like, you know what I mean, with the Kangos and the, you know what I mean, like
the gazelles, the shades, and right.
It's a whole culture that took over the world on a mass level. You know what I'm saying? So I do love seeing it, and for what it's worth, probably not gonna see this next 50 years, so we gotta celebrate hard, man. We gotta represent, man. Represent hip hop.
Now let me jump into this question right here. What was your first memory of hip hop?
I think my
hip hop, rap.
First memory of hip hop. It was Curtis Blow.
Yeah, Curtis Blow's going
basketball. That's the first rap song I heard.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. I remember that's the furthest my brain can think. I mean, I know it was music before that, rap music before that, but that's
the first one that you recall.
I remember. I never heard Rapper's Delight as I was growing up.
You never
didn't hear it, when it first dropped, I was young.
Yeah, Rappers Delight came out 1979. That was mine. That was my first memory of hip hop. We had the record, the 45. My brother had the 45.
See, that's crazy.
And he used to play it. But it sounded more like a disco party jam. And think about how much rap has changed since then. It was like a dance song.
The crazy thing about that,
1979.
Well, you just figure like this, though, because at the end of the day, no matter if it's like some hardcore gangster rap or just some party music, that's what it's like. You said, it's to make you dance, to have a good time.
Technically, that was pretty much the whole general idea of hip hop, was having fun. Yeah.
So it was like,
it wasn't about business first. It was having fun. That was what hip hop grew on.
The crazy thing of it is, if you really think about it, the first hip hop song to be recorded was recorded by Sugar Hill Gang, obviously. You know what I mean? But
the first commercially successful one,
it was brought in by a black woman, right?
Oh yeah, Sylvia Robinson.
And
was one of the
but to this day, I think about it.
She passed. I mean,
she was pretty much like the Puff Daddies and
of that time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what they say.
But she didn't never get to that like monetarily. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
But about that is I found out about her in recent years. I didn't know about her back then. Look that up, y'all. Sylvia Robinson.
Yeah, look that up. You don't know about her.
Yeah, she was one of the founders.
She's the reason why.
Records and stuff. Yeah, I didn't know that. She was originally she was a singer.
Disco and
disco soul singer kind of thing. And she was the one that put those wheels in motion. Yeah, matter of fact, D. Smith, I'm surprised you know about that, because because I found about that in recent years.
Yeah, man, gotta be a student.
Something else I found out about that made my jaw drop. Angie Stone.
Yeah.
Angie Stone was back during early hip hop. I did not know that. Angie Stone.
I didn't know.
Peace out to Angie Stone. She's a singer, R&B singer. I looked at her more as a neo soul singer. Yeah. She was part of a group called The Sequence. The Sequence was way back in the day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I did not know that.
And I looked Angie Stone up, and she is as older than I thought she was. She was born like in 1960, 61 or 62.
That's crazy.
I just thought she was a neo soul chick. She had a group back in the 90s called Vertical Hold. I thought she was just. I didn't know she went. She went way back with hip hop.
She an OG in the game.
Yeah, she was in one of the first, or one of the early hip hop female trios.
Oh yeah, so
it was three of them. Yeah, it was three of them. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you ain't hip to her, then man, go ahead and do your Googles, man. Check
do your Googles on Angie Stone. She's another one. Some of y'all youngins out there.
Music, man. She got some nice music.
Right.
So what's the next question we going to, cuz?
The next question we have here is, back in the day, we was all just completely, what's the word? Enamored, I guess, with cassettes, tapes. This was records.
Yeah.
This was before your CDs and your MP3s and all that stuff. We had physical media. What was your first cassette or vinyl from hip hop?
I used to steal y'all's, man. I used to steal y'all's tape, like cassette tapes, man.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot. What was one of your?
I can't. Oh no, man.
So I wish we had comments on this right now, because I would like to see what other people's were.
Yeah, I can't really remember. I do remember one of the dopest tapes I ever owned, though, and a lot of people are gonna agree with this.
What was that?
The Raekwon Purple tape.
It was dope.
It was just dope because the way that
it was a color tape.
Like that was dope. Because back then, if you don't know about these youngins, if you don't know about this, tapes were either like black, like a clear, or like a off-white. That was it. So if it came in you know what I mean? You would have thought Prince would have did that first.
I wonder why Prince did it.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what made it so dope to me. Like,
because Prince was all purple out, but why did they choose the color purple? I never understood that. I never understood that.
I gotta do my Googles on that too.
But then there was a rap group called Illegal, and Illegal had a red tape.
Had the red tape.
Had a red tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
How come Redman didn't have a red tape?
That's real. Yeah, Redman had a red tape, but it wasn't
clear. Oh, okay.
It was a solid color red. He had one red tape.
Which one was it? Was it Dear the Dark Side?
Dear the Dark Side.
Okay, that's what I think Dear the Dark Side was.
It was
I think.
Tape.
Okay, it wasn't clear though. But Raekwon had the clear. There was something about that clear purple tape.
It was dope. And right now, if you say, I don't care if you're from our era, and you say to anyone who know about hip hop, like, yo, the purple tape, they gonna know what you're talking about.
Right.
You don't gotta explain that. You know what I mean? Like you say, yeah, you ever had that Wu-Tang purple tape?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Yeah, bro, that was hot.
Dope.
Like you know what I mean? That's dope right there. You know what I mean? That's like they put that stamp on that.
I think mine was. I had tapes prior to rap tapes. Of course, Prince tapes. I had tapes prior to rap. For my first, I think, real serious rap tape, I think it was Kwame the Boy Genius.
Yo, shout out to Kwame.
Yeah, I think that was one of my earlier ones. And matter of fact, some of us go so far back with the original Columbus.
Yeah.
That we can remember. I can remember where I got some of my tapes. Like, can you remember
CD and tape outlet?
Remember when it was record and tape outlet?
Yo, yeah.
Some of us can remember where we bought the
right.
tapes. Right? Remember?
Media Play was my spot.
Media Play? Remember Media Play?
On Hamilton Road.
On Hamilton Road.
Spot, man.
On Hamilton Road. Then there was one on the north end of Ohio, off of Columbus, off of Morris Road. Right? Media Play. Yeah, record and tape, CD and tape outlet. Yeah.
There's a couple other spots, but those were the two.
Camelot,
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think what set Media Play apart though was like you can go in there like listen to the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that made it dope.
That was dope.
That was like that set the game up right there. I'm not gonna front.
Because there were some instances where I almost bought a tape, but then I listened to it and I'm like, what did Mike Tyson say? Garbage. This is garbage.
It's garbage.
The tape was garbage, and I just was like, you know what? I'm glad I'm not going to buy it. I can listen to it. So that was the shit. That was dope.
So I'm saying the next one I want to say, let's talk about this the influence of hip hop, basically the culture of what it is.
Right.
Because I mean, like I said, we were saying earlier, but it's kind of crazy that it took over like it did. I mean, it was a slow burn, but now that it's there, it's like
it's not
going
nowhere.
Saying, like it's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere because I heard what's that betting commercial? I think DraftKings.
Yeah.
You know what the theme song was? I got 5 on.
Yeah. I thought I heard that on one of those. Yeah, it had a right. It was kind of in the background, but exactly.
I was like,
exactly.
What's that about? Like
exactly. Where you hear it in commercials everywhere, like jingles, like everywhere.
Like they got. I don't know. I forgot what they were selling. I think it was like a Jeep commercial, but they got Tupac on one of the California Love. It's in the background.
Okay, I can believe it. I can believe it. It's everywhere.
To even hear that though, you think about it. Just take a moment, pause, and think about this. Mm-hmm. For them to have Tupac selling anything in America, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a point in time where they were trying to like crush everything Tupac put his voice on. Literally running Mack trucks over his music tape. I mean, which was dumb because he still had to get paid for it. Yeah. Somebody bought it.
And unfortunately, during the culture of hip hop, there was a lot of see about the Mack truck. Seriously, there was a lot of efforts that was put in place to eliminate rap.
Yeah, man.
Especially about some of the conservative people or the religious high and mighty people.
Man.
They thought that was the music of the devil. They was actually running. Don't think we bullshit. They were running over records and albums, saying like rap has to die. Rap has to
stop. Like what the hell is that?
I remember this. I remember this.
It was like you would thought rap was
politicians were doing this stuff. I remember this.
You would thought rap music was like raping and pillaging the villages, how they was doing this shit, man. It was just like, why is this music? I mean, rock and roll came from somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick though, I got a lead in right here though. But I think another one of the reason that is this is addressing the elephant in the room. I like to call it that, y'all. Addressing the elephant.
Yeah.
Remember that. I trademark it, bitch. Don't bite it. Okay. Just don't bite it. All right. It seems like, steamrolling, bulldozing on rap tapes. Why does it seem like when the voices of the unheard start being heard, we gotta eliminate it? Think about it.
It's a scary thing, man.
Yeah. When people of color, when minorities, when the underdog's voice begin to get heard, why was there such a resistance to it?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember going up on OSU campus. Peace out to OSU campus. That's where me and D. Smith spent
half our fucking team.
Yeah, just hanging out, buying records. You remember some of those real crazy, hardcore, thrash, punk, rock, dark albums and shit that used to be up there, and the covers looked like something out of a horror movie. Nobody was bulldozing those records. Nobody was Why was it just rap? What was it about rap that was so much of a threat? You had to run trucks over it. What was so?
What? That's
Marilyn Manson,
man.
Don't get me wrong, I kind of fuck with Marilyn Manson.
But his music was fucking.
He was ill, right?
Yeah.
But he had some dark, creepy shit going on, right?
That's big facts, yeah.
Big facts. Nobody was rolling over Marilyn Manson's
Big
album.
facts, man.
Like, nobody was. Growing up, I'm there being scared of Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy was a creepy dude. Nobody was rolling over his record. You was rolling over NWA. You was rolling over Ice Cube. You was rolling over Ice-T. Tupac. Like, you was.
Facts, man.
I remember this.
Big facts. So see,
I remember that.
that's what's even crazy. Like I said, like just to even sit back now and watch when you see commercial. I see
Using that same music.
It's like, wait a minute, that was
That same music that was ostracized.
I remember y'all was calling us the worst people ever because we
26 years ago. Yeah, right.
Now that's what they're giving it. You know what I mean? So it was like, and it's crazy. So in the whole grand scheme of things is that's we seen pretty much hip hop from the inception to now it's grown. It's grown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we've been privy to actually all of it, really. You know what I mean? Because for the most part, we've seen it as a youngin. You know what I mean? Then it grew up and became like it's self who it's going to be, and now it's just out here just chilling out. Like it's like I said, it's beautiful to even see hip hop turn 50, and some of the people that you would never think showing love to it. I was watching something on YouTube, but it was like Kamala Harris. She out there dancing to I don't even know what they was playing, but she's out there dancing like, you know, she's celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop. I'm like, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm guaranteed she probably grew up in a house where her parents she probably was even like that. Like I don't put it past her.
So she's from Oakland, California.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you from where Too Short from. So
I'm like, at the end of the day, man, that's dope to see it grow up. But in the same part, do you think it has digressed any? That's the question.
I mean, I think a lot of successful and popular things kind of go backward over time. Yeah. Because, you know, money comes into the picture, right? And money changes the whole scheme, the whole landscape of things. Yeah. It become about a cash grab. I just remember those days in the 2000s, especially in the mid 2000s, where there was on pop radio, there would be a ton of these really awful rap songs. Like, you remember that period? Like, really bad.
It was bad music. Bad.
But it was getting played on radio. It was getting, and guys was listening to this stuff and thinking, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. Yeah. And I think that was pushing us back, because when some of us was coming along, those of us who were rappers or used to rhyme, we put time into our lyrics. Man. That wasn't nothing that you just thought of overnight. You know what? I can do that. I heard this corny ass dude on the radio. What songs they had back then? Oh my God.
Man, had so much bullshit that.
I remember one song was called Chicken Noodle Soup. I remember one song.
I remember that song. That fucking man.
I remember like Walk It Out. I mean, like you know, like
that was more of a dance song.
Yeah, but they were rapping in it though.
Yeah, that's fact.
They were rapping in it, right? Whatever. I mean, maybe that was their rendition of rapping. That's what was accessible to them. But to some of us, that was just like garbage. I mean, it was just like, you know, garbage. We used to sit down in hours. I mean, painstaking, just
putting out.
Yeah, like
putting our brain on the paper.
Right.
So
so I think when stuff starts becoming popular, when stuff starts getting hot, getting famous, it's a push to get it out there. And notice a lot of those rappers, where they at now? Where they at now?
And you know what? Also, I've noticed too.
Where a lot of these guys at? They only lasted for
now. It's
a year, 2 years.
A lot of guys come out now. I hear like, I might be old, but I've heard a couple of guys on some of these like TikTok videos, or they be rapping, but they're not rhyming. And I don't even understand how this goes, because you know what I mean. Like you look back to Dolomite telling his stories, everything rhymed.
Every had a rhyme. Okay. So
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a new thing they're doing, or
where the last word of the bar doesn't rhyme. Yeah, that's just what is that?
Like what is that, man? Like I don't know. Write a song like that.
But it would be easy for people to do though, because they don't have to rhyme.
Like it takes anything.
It takes away from the whole, like, I have to think about what rhymes with propensity. Especially those rhymes, there are words that have multiple syllables. I have to, I have to think about what rhymes with that. What rhymes,
So I don't.
What rhymes?
I don't really.
What rhymes with Angela Davis? How can you say, like
it's like. I guess more so I think that's where I see the digression comes. Because it's like, if you don't take the time to even put your thoughts together on a song that you deem as hot or that public deem as hot, it's gonna be somebody who's listening to it who understands the craft, who loves the craft, and they're gonna be pretty insulted. Like that's like you go into like a police station. You ain't never fucking been to police academy. Give me a gun. I'm gonna help y'all today. They're gonna look at you like you're a fucking retard, right? Like, what are you doing? You shitting on us now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be no cop and just walking in and talking. It's a certain thing you got to do to understand what you got to be. That's, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I look at it, man. So yeah, I think it's digressing now because so many. It's
anybody can do it. And then with
it's oversaturated now.
Technology.
Oh God, let's not even talk about that part.
Yeah, like it seems like it's just. It seems like it's just too accessible too.
Yeah.
Like anybody can spit bars now. Like anybody can be out here rapping.
Yeah, man.
With us in our time, in our generation, we had to walk heaven, hell, and earth to like even get studio time, and like it wasn't easy to come by. But these days, this setup we have right here,
you can
make it out.
They got like now you can record a whole song on a phone.
On your phone. Like, yeah, I remember when that technology started jumping off. I'm like, wait a minute,
like, they did what?
They doing albums and mixtapes off their phone.
Hey, really?
All that stuff, right?
Yeah, man. So it's like
it made it accessible, but at the same time, there was some steps that kind of started going in retrograde. Things started going backward. Like
and you know what?
That's the thing that got me about it.
One thing I haven't seen in a while is the rap group. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's like now it's cliques. You know what I mean? They have a bunch of cliques and whatever. I'm talking about like the actual the rap group
where it's three members,
like a Wu-Tang or a EPMD
it's three members of a rap group
or
with the DJ. DJ. You don't really see that no more. Not a lot.
I think the closest thing right now is like J. Cole, his clique, Earth Gang. What they call? I think Dreamville. But they got a group in there called Earth Gang, I believe. You know what I mean? But that's like that's like so far in between.
Killer Mike, Run the Jewels. I don't know if you up on them. Killer Mike and LP is two of them.
Yeah, I am up on them.
They're a rap group. But yeah, you don't get a lot of those groups anymore.
So what?
Where it's DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
You feel me? It was like
people
it made a group. Right. It wasn't just like I'm out here by myself. I got my niggas with me. Like,
a group, an actual group.
So, and in lieu of that, who would you call or name your favorite rap group of all time? Or at least, I'll say your top three. Your top three is good. Top three favorite rappers and rap group of all time.
Ooh, that's hard.
I mean,
I give you De La Soul. Rest in peace, Dove. Rest in peace, Dave. He left us this year.
Yeah, man.
De La Soul, EPMD,
oh, he's thinking hard. You've ever seen this guy look like you think of that's how he looks right now, y'all. I wish I could see this man's face.
And if I had to throw like a single rapper in there, it's tossed up between, of course, Rakim or KRS-One. I mean, it's
okay. I like that.
You know, that's my personally, because all of those guys I mentioned, EPMD, De La Soul, Rakim / KRS-One kind of group that's the same level, like one and the same almost. All of them kind of got something that I see myself in. You know what I mean? Like De La Soul got that alternative kind of a different. There's a part of me that got that alternative thing. Rakim, the knowledge, KRS-One, the knowledge, I see that in me.
Yeah.
EPMD, the beats, you know, that B-boy hip hop kind of style, a lot of that stuff makes up me.
That's beautiful because you can, I mean, like, you understand the
personally, that's what,
I think for me, obviously, Wu-Tang, of course, definitely one of my groups. EPMD, that's definitely one. And in my head, it's a toss-up between Tribe and De La, but I think
Oh,
it's the same.
yeah.
That's almost one because they're the same clique.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying their tongues.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I mean-
I'll put Cameras-One and Rakim kind of on the same. Yeah.
And
It's,
favorite
I
rapper.
can't really put one over the other because both of them are just kind of, yeah.
I think favorite rapper.
Tribe and De La, yeah. Both of them, I can understand that too, yeah. That's another one.
I think obviously again, if you know, Redman's definitely one of my favorites.
Red. Yeah, I forgot about Reggie. I forgot about Red.
LL Cool J. Just because, only reason why he's became my favorite because that was the first rap video I did see.
Oh, well,
The I'm
okay.
Mad video. This
okay.
dude's fucking dope. Who is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Redman and LL Cool J, that's like the same thing with you and Rakim and those two. Because and what's crazy, but you think about it now. Me being a Redman fan and a Wu-Tang fan, like you see Method Man and Redman, so it's like, you know what I mean?
That's almost nothing to me.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you understand what my, how I look at that shit. Like,
The Wu was real dope. Classic. Talking about how, the effect that hip hop has on the culture.
Yeah.
There's a commercial out right now with Raekwon in it. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, they play Gravel picture. She was like, he's like, you forgot your cream. And she was
Yeah.
It's a DoorDash commercial,
or something. Now.
Yeah.
Like now. As we
Because
speak.
in the background, they playing Gravel picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Hip hop is here to stay, man. I don't care if you know or you don't know, if you think you know. We are out here, man.
That's crazy. Right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you would listen and think about this, right? It's so hilarious to me because me and Queen even be tripping about this, but it's so hilarious because if you would have thought about that like 30 years ago, Raekwon would be on a commercial selling blah blah blah. You can laugh like that same laughter you just had, but here would have made you laugh worse. If I told you the same thing about Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg being homies, you would probably slap me. Man, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
They homies now. Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg kick is. What the hell happened?
But you know what? Honestly, though, something about Martha Stewart. I think that if Martha Stewart had a choice, I think that she would mess around with a black man. There's something about There's something about Martha Stewart. I don't know. I'm pretty sure
she got a ghetto pass, man.
I'm pretty sure she would actually mess around with a black dude. She just strikes me as that kind of woman.
Okay. She does. She does. She does seem like she would do that. Yeah. She does seem like she would do that, man. Yeah. Because she got different kind of like swag to her, especially after she got out of the joint, man.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that she was in prison. Sometimes I forget that Martha Stewart went to jail.
Does that make her more gangster than Snoop Dogg? Because Snoop Dogg ain't been in prison.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? How did you feel me? Like how that makes you laugh? That's a gut-wrenching laughter right there.
That time she was middle-aged. I could have middle-aged.
How she got that much?
A middle-aged domestic diva go to jail.
You know what I mean? Like what? Come on, yo. Yeah, man.
Martha Stewart was in the yard. She was out there.
Out here in the yard slapping for like. Got on my what you get?
I just threw
my commissary pack.
She was shaking dudes down the commissary.
You know what I mean? Like straight shaking cast. Give my shit with my smokes. Like Martha Stewart's gangster, y'all. You better fucking realize, man. She's fucking gangster. Shout out to hip hop. See what I'm saying?
That's what they. Let me see how we do it on time.
Yeah, we good. I mean, we trying to manage time. We ain't trying to talk your ears off this for this first podcast, but yeah, we all having a great time.
Okay. So the last topic we're gonna do is let's see. We got best artwork in the last 50 years. When we say artwork, we mean like cover art.
Yeah, man.
What was one of the best or more memorable cover arts you can remember? The history of hip hop. There's been a lot of them.
I think the best one, the one that I personally want to call the best. I'm gonna say Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders album.
Yeah, Midnight Marauders. Yeah, Midnight Marauders had a.
And Liquid Swords was also one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was dope too.
So I
can see why. Yeah, I can see why. Because there was a level of artistry to both of them.
Yeah,
definitely
like so.
With Tribe, with the whole woman with the red, black, and green. I guess that's Bonita Applebum. I guess that would be kind of the manifestation of Bonita.
Yeah.
But and she got her hands down kind of between her legs, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
I was kind of wondering about that. Yeah.
Well, see, also,
It was very different, and in not every rapper, but a lot of rappers was in the background. That was very interesting.
But you remember, though, in that CD, she said, the voice was like, I am the one you see on the front of the cover. That was supposed to have been her.
Oh, so okay, so that could have been.
Remember, she was on a couple other album covers.
Yeah, but that's the woman.
The logo, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
she.
Yeah, I wonder did they ever
in front of the cover? Like, yeah.
Did they ever give her a name though?
I don't know.
Okay.
And another one. Shout out to.
He had a voice.
Shout out to Logic, because he did. First of all, he did the Wu-Tang Forever. He did another Wu-Tang song with the whole Wu. Mm-hmm. So shout out to that. Secondly, shout out to him because he used that same voice in one of his songs.
Oh, did he?
So shout out to Logic, man.
Okay, he was the automated kind of.
Yeah.
I had to look that up. Like, who is that is that a personality that they established? Yeah. Like, back in the day, Prince had a voice called Camille. And Camille was
she was like,
now, have you ever heard If I Was Your Girlfriend by Prince? If I Was Your Girlfriend by Prince, when he was singing in that voice, that high-pitched voice, that was his alter ego named Camille. Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. That was, I remember that back in the day. Because he was sometimes credited on the record label as Camille. And I'm like, who's Camille? It was when he sped, remember, If I Was Your Girlfriend.
The voice was kind of high.
Yeah, it was Prince, but he called that his alter ego. That was Camille.
I want to listen to that again. I remember, that's crazy. See, that's how you get two credits right there if you don't know about that. If you're doing music out there.
Right.
That's how you get two credits.
You're listening to people right here who are philosophers of music,
hey, man,
scholars of it. We grew up around.
We know what we know. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But this next segment right here, I'm gonna let you introduce that one right there. The next segment.
All right, now let me see. We have this one here. This is before we conclude the show here. This is Addressing the Elephant, where I like to come up with these hot topics we can talk about. Most of them are relevant and stuff that's going on at the moment. But the one that's kind of what I find kind of pressing is at the current time is, what is the deal with AI? Is fantasy really becoming reality? Now, at some time or another, we've all seen these videos recently where you got to kind of scratch. You see them a lot on social media, where you have to kind of scratch your head and say, like, is this real? Or is this some doctored kind of video? Like, what's the deal with that? And then I was doing some reading last night, and a lot of things on social media, on the internet, is algorithms. Yeah. Where, you go to certain sites, you frequent certain sites, the internet and AI detects your patterns, so they target things at you.
Yeah.
So you can see some of these artificial intelligence videos that are kind of targeted to your beliefs or your interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you know what? And what's funny, what a lot of us don't even understand too.
I think it's getting kind of out of hand.
What's funny about with the spark of the internet and then the search engines, like the Ask Jeeves, that was a kind of an AI thing.
You remember Ask Jeeves? Yeah.
We didn't even understand the same thing was with Google. Google was that AI thing. Just like you said, it's an algorithm. Yes, like you go on Google, you search certain stuff, and then you're on your phone and you might see an ad on your Facebook that you will just search, hey, that's weird.
There's a times where I even mentioned something.
It listened, yeah.
And I've been on my phone and
it comes right up.
Yeah. I've been talking about, one time I was with a coworker talking about a Snickers candy bar. Yeah. And I saw on my phone, it came up like an advertisement for Snickers.
And we got
like it actually, something was listening and said, okay, Snickers, I'm going to grab that information.
Yeah. Right. What's even crazy about that though, we don't even realize, just sitting our phones down right now, right? Just like sitting down. Just talking like every 50 seconds to 2 minutes in between that time slot. It's a scam. But no matter what, it's a scam. I don't give a fuck if you. I've heard people talk about this, and I believe it makes sense. But it's a scam. Everything you say, from time to time, might just get picked about. You say, like, right now, everything you're talking about, some of this shit's gonna pop up on our phone later on.
Alexa, I heard Alexa. Yeah, Alexa. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's stuff that you have. Those devices in your house. Yeah. If you can speak into them, that means they can listen.
Yeah.
So it can just occasionally, if you wanted to, I'm pretty sure that technology is there to just kind of do a random sound grab of things.
And the crazy thing about that, see, with the AI thing, also what scares me is like
it's pretty scary stuff that goes on out here. I don't want to say I'm spreading any kind of disinformation. These are our opinions.
These topics right here of addressing the elephant. It's like, for what it's worth, we just talking our shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
We do research now. We do come at you with some facts. I'm not gonna sit here and say we all just bullshit, but we do. Yeah, but
this is our own truth right here.
Yeah.
Put it like that. But nonetheless, my thing with the AI thing is like with the Will Smith movie, the iRobot, right? It's weird because they're making those type robots now. Like I seen one of the news and the little robot came out walking looked like a human. Kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like, why? I get it. It might help with some things and work in the workforce, but it's to the point where Elon Musk don't even. And Elon Musk has money to make his own army. He's like, I don't think that's a good idea. You know what I mean?
It's like I was on OSU campus back on Friday, and I saw, and we talked about this yesterday, where I guess Grubhub or something like that has these delivery bots, and they drive around and they deliver items, and it looks like I was saying yesterday, it looks like R2D2 or something. It looks like it's a delivery bot. It's some kind of like this a mech machine kind of bot. It looks like a cooler though.
Yeah.
It looks like a cooler that you put pops in and ice.
Yeah.
With like the handle. It has a rectangular shape like that and it's on wheels, but the thing it was controlling itself. It was self-guiding.
See, that's...
And at first I'm like, okay, what is that? Is it a street sweeper? Is it cleaning up the streets? But then Queen yesterday was saying it could deliver things. I'm like, that makes it. Then we looked it up. Yeah, it deliver things.
See,
so that eliminates delivery people. That cuts out any kind of middleman. It's just, I send the bot over there to you and that's it.
The crazier thing about that, before the pandemic, before I came out to know it, actually, I think like 2018 is maybe 2019. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but in Columbus they had the self-driving Coda buses.
Oh, I don't know about the Codas.
It wasn't a bus, but it was like a
shuttle.
A shuttle, but then you don't see it on it, and it takes you tell it where it's going, wherever you want to go, and it takes you there.
Hell no.
They drove around the riverfront.
You was one of that one?
No, I seen it on the news. The newscast, he was like, yeah, that
okay.
Got on there and it was driving. He was weird. He's on there like, man.
That's wild.
My first thought was this: what if
someone hacked it?
like you got your kidnapped in there? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody put St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah. Now you're just stuck in this thing. Like, what? I don't like it, man.
Yeah. That's the thing about AI and all that advanced technology. You have advanced criminals too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing about it. And some of these videos you see like on social media, okay, where it may be somebody you know, and it's like what they call it, a deep fake. And we talk about this, where it's somebody you know, but it could be a rendering of them. Maybe it's not actually them. It's a render, and they're saying some crazy shit, you know. Because somebody like you and I is like programming it.
Yeah.
But if no one knows any better, you will look at it and be like, "Oh shit! You know, this is Samuel L. Jackson looking at it. Looks like Samuel L. Jackson." But somebody is programming it, and he's moving his mouth, and they're making it say shit that he didn't say.
Yeah.
That's exactly. out in the blue or something. You know.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like
they can get dangerous. You watch this shit and you co-sign it like, oh, Samuel L. Jackson said it. But no, it was some kind of visualization of Samuel L. Jackson manipulated to say things.
Yeah. It's
that's the thing with technology.
It's scary, man. It's scary, but that's what absolutely makes me scared about it, man. But I guess if it's a thing that can help life somehow, then yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't see it being that easy because there's always gonna be some asshole
out there to try to
You know what I mean? Somebody.
Unfortunately, someone.
Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom gonna take over the world, head ass. But
it's like, you know, the nature of man is you have the good and the bad, right? The yin and the yang. You have for every person that does good, there's gonna be an asshole out there trying to do something. I mean, think about the internet. How the internet made our life easy until hackers came along and made our lives hell. You always good and bad. You always
gotta have. I guess that's
people still. I had people steal out a few years, but when the year after I moved out here to Newark, maybe even less than a year I moved out, they hacked my credit union's account and was stealing money on my account. You know, I mean, I'm thankful for having accounts, but if you can get access to it online, somebody can get it.
Yeah, that's real, man. Somebody can punch some numbers and that's really what it is. That's really all it is for someone that hacked us. There's a bunch of numbers and letters and codes or someone. You know what I mean? It's
Somebody can crack it, and
that's all it is. So that's what even makes me nervous about even having the bank account. Like, you know what I mean? There's like you have your money in the bank, and somebody can just hack in there and pull your money out. You can't do nothing about it. The bank can't do nothing about it. Like, we don't know where it's coming from. It's getting snatched out from here. That's dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Luckily, my bank was able to reimburse people. I was mad as hell. I was like, man.
Yeah, and what's even crazy about that is, even if you think about this, right, with a bank account, the money's not physically there. It's kind of just in the air. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not physically there until you go there, put your card in, type the code in, then it physically comes. But other than that, it's just like your money's just sitting in the cloud somewhere for anybody to take. That's, you know what I mean? It's like that's a weird thing for me.
They go to the ATM and they can withdraw it. It's just it's crazy.
It's just for the taking. But that's the addressing of the elephant in the room right there. That's gonna be the weekly, or not weekly, but we're gonna do this. What's the word I'm looking for here? Spontaneously. But nah, we're gonna do this. Try to come at you every 2 weeks or something with a new show and everything. But like I said, this is the first one we're gonna do. And if it catches on, who knows? We might even do a weekly podcast with y'all. But this is definitely the first one, the pilot show, whatever you want to call it. We are the originators, man. So
no doubt. #originators. Look out for us in a little bit.
Y'all just stay cool, stay tuned, man. Till the next time. Y'all be safe.
All right.
Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say, fuck about what they do. Don't give a fuck about what they say.